So I've been using main DPS Mavuika a lot, right? We know this, but how good is she at support? Let's see. I haven't really showed off that much, so let's see how well she can be used for support. Now, this is a team. You can run it. I don't know if it's good, but you know, it's weird because I feel like it's good but bad at the same time. If you get what I mean, right? So basically, Chaska will not do a lot of damage on this team. However, we will do a lot of damage off field due to Mavuika and Fiorina, which is gonna work very well for us, right? Okay, so basically how this team is gonna work is I'm gonna basically use Fiorina, then we're gonna use Xilolen. That's gonna trigger freeze, and then Xilolen is gonna start applying a whole bunch of cryo, and hopefully we will be able to melt with Mavuika here. So let's go ahead and let's start it off like this. So yeah, not really a great team because you're not using a healer, but at the same time, you do still hit a lot. That's a lot of damage. 50,000 from Mavuika right there. Yeah. And then, I mean, we're not critting, which sucks. Does this set apply off-field? Huh. So we didn't crit at all there. Don't mind the, you know, icon there. We didn't crit at all, huh? So, Codex doesn't work when you switch her off-field? That makes this set a lot worse. I thought this would work off-field. But we saw, I'm trying to switch off, but he can't do that while flying, apparently. Yeah, I mean, you know, we did very good, I would say. For just a, like, for just a character who's at C0R1, 600,000, like that. Just as simple as that. And then we had 50,000 when we crit. She could be providing damage bonus, or she did provide damage bonus. She provided 40% damage bonus. Where is it? Yeah, she provided 40% damage bonus. That is, dude, what? What? Okay. If I'm being honest, I wasn't expecting her to hit that hard. Like, if you have a decent crit rate on her, right? I don't know whether I would switch off of Codex for this. I don't think I'm going to do it in this video, but if you do have a decent, like, Cinder set on her, I mean, Xilolen here, well, Xilolen actually wasn't, we did have 120 elements of mastery there because of Xilolen. Xilolen was kind of giga buffing her there. That's a little unfair. But let's say you were running Cinder on Mavuika, right? And you go ahead and do that. You give 40% damage bonus to Pyro and Cryo or Hydro, whichever one she reacts with. I'm assuming it was Hydro. You go ahead and you get 40% damage bonus to those two elements for Chaska. I mean, that's going to be really, really strong for Chaska. There's no way around it. But really, what shocked me the most is the fact that we don't get the crit rate, man. I thought we got the crit rate off field. I thought we were going to get the crit rate off field. I really did. Like, and maybe I'm insane. No, you do get the crit rate off field. It just didn't last that long. So you do get the crit rate off field. I think what I would probably have to do then... yeah, no, I don't know what I would do. Because, like, you only get it for a couple seconds, right? I think it probably is better to use this. Because I was assuming crit rate just didn't happen at all. You get the crit rate for the initial hits, apparently, you know. And then it's only 6 seconds. So, you know, it's not going to be critting all the time. But I think overall, you should have a decently high crit rate. Like 55 is pretty good, I'll say. Like, just look at my Fiorina here. Yeah, you know, I know it's bad. But, like, hold on. I don't farm Fiorina. Well, I do. It's just I get crappy artifacts for her. That's my defense. All right, chat. But yeah. You know, you should have a decently high crit rate for her to where it's functional enough to be used as a support build for Codex, right? Yeah, overall, very, very good. I'm already impressed, judging by just that performance on Chaska. I mean, 600,000 damage gets applied to all enemies. That's going to be a pretty big buff to Chaska due to, like, if you're facing multiple enemies with Chaska, she used to really get hurt by that, if I'm being honest. She would be incredibly hurt by that. Now, here we have a Wriothesley team. You could say this is actually a bad Wriothesley team due to the way that this works. Now, what I'm going to do here is we're going to switch her onto an attack percent Sans because she's not going to do much on this team in terms of reactions, right? I was hoping, you know, Chaska team, we would get some reactions. We did see the 50,000 there, but then she proceeded to not crit a single time beyond that. So, yeah, the Wriothesley team, this honestly is my favorite Wriothesley team out of all of them. I think that overall this is just the best one. And then you can see 300,000. Just 300,000. Don't worry about it. I was thinking that would not kill me, but apparently it did. Yeah, thanks. But you see 19,000, 37,000. So something to note is that with Wriothesley, there is a combo string that does not work with Mavuika, unlike, you know, previous iterations. So 15,000 there, 300,000 there, Let's see what kind of damage number we're able to hit. So there, 293, and then 24,000 from Mavuika out there. And then, yeah, I don't know what damage that was, but that was, you know, it's decent damage. I mean, she's working well to apply melts, right? I don't know. She probably does hit melts. I don't know. No, she wasn't hitting melts. I would have noticed. I would have noticed so easily if it was melts. But yeah, certainly something. Certainly something. Yeah, I think overall, 300,000 extra damage. You're having Wriothesley be able to easily melt on all of his attacks. Now, the combo string that I mentioned was, you know, 1-1-1, and then that's not the combo string. So the combo string is you do his first 3 normals, and then, yeah, like that, this. So this is his combo string that you normally do. Generally, that is the combo string that is used a lot with Wriothesley to maximize his damage, especially at, you know, C0. But if you have a C1, generally, he gets, like, upgraded to that. So, I mean, very good for Wriothesley, if I'm being honest. I like it. I like it overall. And, I mean, you know, C1 does increase her duration. I will be testing that out eventually, but we will see. Now, as for Kinich, I have noticed that Mavuika's not the best when it comes to making Kinich look good, I would say. And the reason for this being is because normally you want Fiorina on Kinich's team because Fiorina is just that good, right? At least on my account, right? Okay, so we're going to switch back onto an EM Sans because we should be able to react a little bit with this. I think, honestly, reacting on the initial hit here is going to provide way better damage. I probably won't fill up our entire gauge here, so let's just go ahead and let's get started here. All right, here we go. E-skill on you, and then we'll Q, and then boom. All right, we didn't crit. Great. Thanks. Thanks. You know, 95% crit rate. Thanks. Yeah, that's actually 95% crit rate. But as you can see here, it's a little worse than what I would normally be doing. Yeah, I can feel it. I'm going to be honest. I guess I could show Toma or something, right? But I can feel that it is worse and it's harder to get through. Because normally I use Toma. And Toma seems to be better for this or something. I don't really know. It's a little weird. Let me retry. Let me show it again. But as you saw, I only got 3 hits, which is something that, you know, Fiorina normally doesn't struggle with. Now, if I were to use this on a burn team, it would be 300,000 damage, just like, you know, the Wriothesley team, I think. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's start this. Let's just see, because you can still get 4 hits. I think Toma is a little bit better. Yeah, that was a very, honestly, kind of low. Okay. And normally you'd be using the Q skill, but I just don't have a energy recharge on my Kinich. Yeah, as you see, like, the bar stops really far into it. Like, the bar for Kinich just randomly stops, and that's when we're not really triggering burning, which is a real issue, I would say. Like, not triggering burning for Kinich does hurt him a lot, and that is something that Mavuika is showing out with doing. Now, Mavuika is the first Natlan character, or I guess the second Natlan character, that can actually buff Kinich, right? The first would be Mulani, which I don't know if people are going to be using Mulani to buff Kinich. But you can use Cinder City to buff Kinich. It is a little bit unreliable because the way that burn works, it's a little like, oh no, we're not going to work with that and stuff. It's weird, but you can use it to give 40% buff on the initial like hits and stuff. It's just a little weird. And then likely in that team, you would be using Emily instead. So you'd start off with Emily, then you use Mavuika, then you go off and do all this stuff. Or maybe you use Mavuika first, her E-skill first, and then, you know, Emily and stuff. But yeah, Mavuika works as a great applicator. It's just that for some reason on this team, like I could show you guys the Emily version. It's not going to be nearly as hard to get the 4 hits on. Okay, so I think what I'll do here is we'll probably press Mavuika's E-skill, and I'll see how the rotation works. We'll start off with Mavuika's E-skill, then we'll go to Emily Q, and then UQ, and then we'll go with UQ, and that is only 100,000 damage is what it was. I didn't see, but you can see we should be getting our, you know, hits a lot easier here. Yeah, and then we're even I was kind of low on that one, and we still kind of did it. We did go out of Bennett's ring very easily, but yeah, Capybara obviously hitting us for like 20,000 damage, which is, you know, hard. It's a big hit. Okay, so now we have Nevi here, and we're going to see how this works. I don't really know. See, Lolly might be better than Kazuha in this scenario. It's just, if you don't have Fiorina, I want to see how this works. We're going to get all the stacks. We're going to see what this looks like. We're going to normal here, and then we'll have Xilonen obviously interact like that. And, yeah, we're going to get rid of the Pyro Aura there. 13,000 damage. Huh. And that's why C. Lolly might be better, because of the way that worked. Yeah, this one's hard to do because it's hard to swirl after that. I mean, we can do Mavuika at the end of a rotation, but keep in mind that means we're going to be at the end of a rotation, which isn't really that great for Kazuha, especially because Kazuha doesn't have a full duration uptime. This is purely if you don't have Fiorina. If Fiorina's probably better than Mavuika. No, she's going to be just better probably than Mavuika on this team. So let's go ahead. Let's E-skill. Then this. Honestly, it might be better than Kazuha. We might want to just get rid of Kazuha for Fiorina. Might try that. All right, let's do this, and we'll still have that. Now, that is a little unfair to say because we do have, what you call it? We have things, but you can see here. Well, that was supposed to be a reaction. Yeah, thanks. Okay. And then, yeah, we're out of duration. All right, well, let's go ahead and get Fiorina instead of Kazuha because that'll be way easier to deal with. Yeah, Fiorina instead of Kazuha will be a lot easier to operate because Kazuha swirling and having his short duration is just not going to be fun. However, doing this team actually should be pretty good because all of them have good durations or somewhat good durations, right? Mavuika's got a 20-second 40% buff, right? And then she's also going to do a lot of damage in terms of herself. So let's go ahead and start this off. Let's go and do this and this. We'll have the damage bonuses. We'll grab that and we'll have that. And that's not even super, yeah, 50,000 there, 50,000. I mean, yeah, when she actually crits on those, she's doing like 50,000 damage, 67,000 damage, right? And that's 61,000 damage. I mean, that's good. That's good. And we did a lot of damage just by pressing her Q too. Like that, you know, the team works. It's a good team now, I would say. Like, it's a good team, you know. Mavuika, she's doing damage, right? If you really put her on Cinder Set, which, I mean, Xilonen's here, so you'd have to put her on Petra or something, and I'm assuming you'd run Golden Troop right on Fiorina. It works. It works, and it does damage. It does damage, right? You don't get the extra res shred that Kazuha gives you in this slot, but, I mean, you're doing a lot of damage yourself. She's doing 50,000 damage extra. You know, maybe, we didn't see any Nevi Vapes, but it's possible you could get some, you know. Kazuha did kind of artificially inflate our number there when I used this burst and then hit with her, by the way, which is why I wasn't impressed with it because he has 200 EM from his C2. He gives everyone 200 EM from his C2. So as soon as Mavuika got into there, she had like 500 EM on there. So yeah, it wasn't a crazy number. Xilonen's getting 45% attack, which isn't really that huge for me, if I'm being honest. It's more, you know, it's a buff, but it's not going to be 200 EM buff, right? And as for that, I mean, I could use her in Overload teams, but the thing is, I don't have her in Overload. So I think I have one thing to test out. I said something, you know, when Itto came out. Maybe this team would be a good idea. Let's go ahead and do this, this, and this, or something like that. Yeah, we'll do this. I told you guys this might be a good team. I told you this might be a good team. And considering how good Xilolen just performed there, I mean, this is basically the same Nevi team that we just used, so, or not Xilolen. Did I say Xilolen? Why? She's not even been a part of this video, or I think maybe she has, but, yeah, 400,000 oh, well, great. All right, so let's see how well this team performs. I mean, we have Xilonen who could heal if she wanted to, and then boom, and let's go. Boom, 400,000 damage there. Itto does 150,000 damage there, 60,000, 60,000, 137,000, and boom. No, oh wait, Ushi's not ready. Oh, I thought Ushi would be ready. Okay, well, and then we restart the rotation. Come on, come on, come on, Itto. I haven't even been paying attention what Mavuika's been doing, if I'm being honest. Might be a little bit of an issue on my part. He ain't changing the way. Oh no, he is changing. All right, well, Itto kind of sucked because he sucked. Simple as that. All right. Okay. Gonna be honest, I saw the initial hit that we did, but beyond that, I wasn't paying attention. So let me redo this because I wasn't paying attention, if I'm being honest. I literally wasn't. Let's go ahead. Let's redo this. I mean, it worked. It worked. It did damage. It probably was like an over 2 million damage rotation. You know, only like 30% of that was, you know, Mavuika. You know, just 32,000 there, by the way. All right. Let's grab that. Let's grab the particles here. Let's see. What kind of damage is she hitting? 22,000? I mean, she, yeah, that's one thing. 50,000. Nice. No, I don't think we're going to run into any issues like that. I mean, it's not critting, obviously. I am noticing that it doesn't crit. Maybe you go ahead and, like, you give her, like, this might be a little bit crazy to say, but, like, what if I switched her Like, I still used Codex on her, right? We still use Codex on her. But, like, what if I switched her off of a crit damage hat, right? Like, what if I did that? I don't know. That kind of defeats the purpose. But at the same time, right, you still get the 15% damage bonus, right? On the field. Dang. You don't even get the 50% damage bonus. You just get the crit right here. I feel like the initial burst hit is just worth it, though. Maybe if you have a really good off, like, support set or something. Because, like, I don't even know what you would put on her. Crimson or something? I don't know what you would put on her. But you'd have to get some decent crit rate. I don't know the artifact that you would put on her if she's a support. Because, I mean, Xilonen's basically in all of her teams for the Night Soul gimmick, right? Like, you're going to be running another Natlan character in her teams that's probably going to run Scroll. I mean, you can use Petra on Xilonen, I guess. But, I mean, the team performed okay. I'm not, it's not bad. Overall, yeah. Mavuika, very good support. I mean, she's doing 50,000 on some teams, right? She can work. She can definitely work. I think overall this character's pretty good. I can't really deny anything other than that. Like, she's pretty good. Maybe if you give her some actual sets and damage stuff, you could start critting on the outside things. Because 55% apparently means 20%. Because we didn't crit a single time if it wasn't with a 95% crit damage or crit rate, whatever. I don't know, but yeah. Absolutely amazing support character still. Honestly, I wasn't expecting her to work this well in this video. I'm going to be honest. Like, I think the combination of her and Fiorino on a lot of teams just makes the teams run so well. They do so much damage. It's so good. It's so amazing. Love it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy. If you really enjoyed it, then feel free to become a member. And I'll, $5 a month, you get member exclusive videos. We have the Imagineering Theater video coming up soon, which is going to be longer for members. And then maybe I'll only include the winning run that we did in Imagineering Theater, before that. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, Mavuika seems to be an amazing support to me. I feel like a lot of people underrate this ability of her. Honestly, it's worked phenomenal on this. I could not do a single thing that I did in this team, in this video with Shangling, I'm going to be honest. Like, I couldn't, because I would probably put a foreign object into my brain that was propelled at high speeds. But that's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. Yeah, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna go now. Bye.